It is not a stable tax. So there's concerns about what happens in a bad economic time. When you have times of high unemployment, when you have a recession, we don't stop educating our kids. We don't close down our schools because we're in a difficult economic time. Our school districts will still need to be funded, but the sales and income tax will drop precipitously. How do school districts deal with that? These are questions that need to be answered. I will say this in fairness to generations of legislators that have gone before me. If the property tax issue was easy, it would have already been done. It is very difficult because you're dealing with such a large amount of money, and frankly there's so many, and I'm going to say elected officials and politicians that have played the game of, tomorrow the property tax goes away. I just think that is so disingenuous. You got to tell people some hard things. And this is, the kind of conversation we're having, and Pat and I can get into the weeds pretty far on this. These are issues that need to be discussed if you're really interested in property tax.
I really agree with you about the residential, because I'm going to start Social Security because of my health. I'm going to get $872 a month, and I pay about $500 a month for school taxes. And so it's, how do you stay in your own home? And you have to pay to be in your own home.
It's disgusting.
It's really disgusting. And I would think that, clothes are not as expensive as food. And you can get secondhand clothes, maybe have that a tax on clothes, but not on food.
Right.
And so that and I like your idea about only the residential people, especially if you're over a certain age and you're on Social Security. Those people should not have to pay school taxes. I paid a lot of school taxes to get my kids through school.
Right. Well, and look, and again, I will tell people, and this is proof that I'm not afraid to put my head in the lion's mouth, so to speak. Listen, school funding has always been a pay-it-forward thing, so we're always committed to education. That obligation doesn't go away the day our own kids get out of school, so I'll say that. But here's the problem with property taxes, and you can tell the passion in people's voice when you hear about it, because people are really struggling. The tax has gotten so high that it's hard to have the kind of conversation that needs to happen. And that's why I'm for doing something in terms of shifting taxes, maybe to sales and income. Not at the levels that House Bill 76 proposed, and maybe not the way House Bill 76 proposed, but if we don't get honest about the discussion, our seniors, frankly, are getting costed out of their homes. And we have to do something. And the idea that, but again, I worry in that climate that too many politicians will come in front of you and say, you're right, no one should pay the property tax anymore. If we do something, I think we can be smart about it, limit it to the primary residential. And look, I think there are offsetting taxes that people can support. I'll tell you this.
I think if you're on Social Security at 62, you should stop having to pay. And there are so many people moving into our district right now, and Worcester, the homes are being built. There's not enough people putting money into the school district,
Right.
Why penalize the people who've done it for most of their life?
Right. Oh, and again, the only thing you got.
62.
Right. No, I'm not disagreeing. But the thing to keep in mind is, remember, if we go to these offsetting taxes, you will still pay some of those offsetting taxes. The tax responsibility doesn't disappear. These offsetting taxes, just like we can cut corporate taxes, but watch how the other taxes go up. When you have to come up with $12 to $13 billion of offsetting taxes, let's be clear, everyone's going to get hit with some of those offsetting taxes. My concern is the primary residential needs to be addressed. So
let's raise our Social Security. There's trillions of dollars in there, and they're using it to pay for the deficit. And they have, maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago, my $872 would have been very, very comfortable, but it really hasn't gone up with inflation like it should.
I hear you, and listen, I'm willing to take another question, but let me just say this too. If on the federal level, one of the things that worries me, and again, we talked about this, we just increased our federal deficit about 50% this year with the tax cuts that were passed. that makes me worry about the long-term solvency about Medicare and
Yeah,
Social
who
Security.
got the tax cuts? All the
Not
billionaires.
a lot of people in this room.
All the
So,
billionaires did.
go ahead. You know what? I said I'd come back here real quick.
Sorry.
Actually, you answered part of my question.
That's how good I am.
Yeah. There are actually two other things too. Is that one, the number I heard a while ago was that tuition for child was about $14,000. Now I understand that has increased substantially. So that
I'll repeat. No worries.
now the cost has gone up per child. And to answer another question is when you answered part of it by saying that it's